So what's up? Ni hao in China. Actually, my first time in Shenzhen. I've got a free day today. Wanted to talk around another Chinese smartphone. So this is the brand new Honor 600 that just launched. Depending where you are in the world, North America, Canada, the US, this might not be available, but I want to show what you can get for around the $500 price range. It's impressive. I'm in its quote unquote like home base. I'll take you around, debunk a couple myths. Gotta show you something first. Like, check that out there. It's cool. The building's super cool. Like, I am just most impressed with actually the scale of everything. Everything is like super big, impressive.
That's what she said.
Like, the scale of everything is crazy. Let's start. Okay, so first thing, we're gonna talk around the design and like the build. What do you get for this kind of money? So it is a full metal build. It's got like the aluminum rails around the outside. You can see that it's in this like whitish champagne gold color. You can also get it in an orange colorway. I feel like, you know, 2020, like end of 2025 into 26 is like the year of the orange iPhone. I feel like even like Honor kind of trolled Apple with releasing what looks like, you know, the iPhone 17 Pro Max. If I can kind of compare them, you can see that it even has like that same plateau or the same camera ledge. If you get the 600 Pro, it has the third camera, but this one just has the two, which I'll get to in a second. Obviously, like volume rocker, you've got the USB-C ports, speakers on the top and bottom, and that is pretty much it. It feels like nice and solid. It feels similar build to something that costs like, you know, double, 2.5 times like the amount. But unlike the iPhone though, the display, it's completely flat. So 6.57 inches, it's 120 hertz refresh rate. It gets up to 8,000 nits of brightness. I know that it's a bit overcast, almost a bit rainy today, but even the other day when we were out, it was sunnier, it was way hotter. You could read it completely fine in daylight. And something really cool, I'll change the wallpaper for the B-roll, but this actually has the industry's thinnest black bezel at 0.98 millimeters. So razor thin, you get a big screen to body ratio and the small little hole punch cutout for the camera on the front. But the big thing I'm gonna get to is the camera system on the back. So like I mentioned, two separate cameras. So the main is a 200 megapixel. You also have a 12 megapixel ultra wide. And I would argue, once again, I'm gonna bring out my iPhone here. It is rare that I use all three sensors or all three cameras on my Pro model. For $500, I would say the main camera use is your main, and I love the fact that it is a 200 megapixel sensor. So let's take some photos around Shenzhen right now. I'm just on this random little bridge. I will argue for most people's content, as we're over this little overpass here on this bridge, majority of the time you are using just that main sensor for photos. Like if you want, you can even come up a bit closer, boom. Your general day-to-day usage, your point and shoot, when you just have this in your pocket, you see something, you look at it, you take a photo. These photos are really good for that price point. And once again, for that 200 megapixel sensor, stuff is nice and clear, photos are crisp, the dynamic range is great, color reproduction is really good. I feel like Honor has really improved their photography game over the past couple years. When I head back home tomorrow, I'll compare it to something, you know, for example, in the Samsung space, you guys are familiar with in that price bracket. But this, once again, shoots really, really good photos, like really surprising. I've had a ton of fun out here in China, and surprisingly, no one has said anything. But you know, for day-to-day use, as an example, instead of calling an Uber, right now I'm gonna call something called Didi. Instead of using like, you know, my Apple Pay or, you know, Tap to Pay, I'm using like Alipay. Slight couple differences, but I'm actually heading to a market later on. Let's go there next, I guess. They even have 7-Eleven, KFC. Clearly not that different, but check this. Just gonna snap a couple here. Damn, that's something that we don't have. So in terms of performance, this is powered by a mid-range chip, the Snapdragon 7 Gen 4. By no means slow. Like I said, main device out here. So for example, my flight info is on this the next day. Mostly on Google Maps, trying to figure out where to go. Calling rides on Didi, using Alipay as an example. I'm just not as familiar, so maybe not as quick. But any device that you get in the past couple years, even if it's like mid-range, should be good. I can still rip my like Pokemon packs. I'm not like the biggest mobile gamer. It's like the only game that I'm playing. Honestly, checking the weather a lot because it's coming down. So we're gonna head to our next stop right now, thankfully, because the weather hasn't been the greatest. So I've ended up in walking. This is the mecca of electronics in Shenzhen. This is like sensory overload here. Check this out. Store upon store upon store upon stores of your specialty. Like anything you can think of tech-wise, it is here. AirPod speakers. All right, I think I'm being suckered in to buy this little orange R36 here. 130. It's like 25 bucks. Okay, thank you. 谢谢. Hi, hello. Like anything you can think of is gonna be here. A lot of just like electronics. My studio is bad. I collected a lot of stuff. Ugh. This is like tech overload. It just ended up like pouring torrential rain the rest of the night, and I had an early flight the next morning, so clearly we're back home. My little pulls or pickups from China, you saw that I haggled with this little Game Boy emulator thing in orange, and all the kiddies are collecting these, which I forgot the name of, but yeah, new little desk buddy. That is cool. So now that we are back, so the Honor 600, I think when you try to compare this to, you know, what else is on the market, like I said, if you're familiar with like the Samsung space, you really have to look back like last year. So this is the Samsung Galaxy S25 FE, like the fan edition. This is the only Samsung device like in that similar price range. If you look at anything on the S26 lineup, it's more expensive. So close to a year old, right in around that $500 mark. So I'm gonna kind of compare them just quickly to show you what you're kind of getting for that money. So for the S25 FE, you can see the display is slightly taller. It's a bit of a bigger device, so 6.7 inches. Once again, for the Honor, it's 6.57. But get this, for the displays, the Samsung only, like quote unquote, gets up to 1900 nits of peak brightness, whereas the Honor gets all the way up to 8,000. One of the biggest things that I've noticed, you know, being back here in the studio, it's bright. The Honor is noticeably easier to read in sunlight. For the processors, it's running the Exynos 2400. I prefer the ones on Snapdragon. I find them just a bit more efficient. Not too much in terms of performance, they're similar, but I find that for battery life, which is once again, maybe the second biggest thing. So 7,000 milliamps, as I said, never had to charge it while I was out in China during the day. Easily lasted me. But for the S25 FE, this is only 4,900 milliamps and slower charging speeds, 45 watts wired and only 15 watts for wireless charging. So pretty big downgrade in that department. And if you look at base storage, once again, 256 gigs comes as standard as the base for the Honor and 128 gigs for the Samsung. And maybe the most like visual key difference here is the camera system on the back. So you have the one extra camera for the Samsung. That's of course the telephoto. That's a 3x optical. For day-to-day shooting, you are rarely using that. Plus 3x isn't really like the biggest extra zoom. It still has a 50 megapixel main, 12 megapixel ultra wide, but once again, 200 megapixels for the main over on the Honor 600. So I'm gonna leave some sample shots here. Once again, most of these are shot during the day, but the big difference that you'll see is the night photography, especially the extra detail over on the Honor. Most of the time, like 98% of the time, you are using that main camera for your just traditional point and shoot. I will leave it very subjective, up to you, but you are getting tons of value over on the Honor device. And lastly, just gonna mention AI. I don't use it as much as maybe some other people, but really useful for trips where you're unfamiliar with. For example, like in China, you actually can change the button which is on the side. For example, for the long press, I have it set to what's going on in the screen. So I wanted some more info on that Xiaomi car as an example. If you're unfamiliar with it, you can just do something as easy as circle to search, or even within photos, you can launch the AI photo agent. So you can start editing your photos. You can do a lot of AI generative work here. You've got the simple but still really useful stuff like AI eraser. You can AI upscale, or if you want to get a bit more in depth into things like AI color. But the biggest feature here is their AI image to video 2.0. So you can take a still photo and create a couple seconds video out of it, obviously generated through AI. So you can bring real moments to life. It's a cool little feature. Like this one of Link here is super cool. I know there's a bunch of fun use cases for this, but for me, this one really tickles the heart. I'm just trying to bring up some of the key differences here, trying to be super subjective. I know the Honor device might not be available in your region, wherever you are, but for $500, you can get a lot of smartphone. And if you look at, I'm gonna put quote unquote like the name brands, you still have to go back a previous generation to get something similar and way less the specs. Obviously the big difference here is just having that telephoto camera, which I won't even consider because it's nowhere near as good as the flagship ones with better zooms, something like the S25 or S26 Ultra as an example. But hope you guys enjoyed my review of a Chinese smartphone, one that might not have come across your radar. I know that I've reviewed Honor phones in the past, but it was kind of cool that I was in its home base, home country, and using a device a bit out of my comfort zone, using stuff like Alipay instead of calling a traditional like Uber or Lyft, using something called Didi. But once you get used to it, that transition is pretty seamless and it works quite well. Let me know your thoughts down below. I've got some cool behind the scenes stuff of that trip. This is actually the very first video that I've shot like A-roll, like full YouTube video in this studio. So full tour, I'm still trying to figure out a lot of the setup, kind of jank. I'm gonna show you. So yeah, lots to work on, but we also broke 1 million subs while I was in China, so that was super special. But I will leave that at the end, and I think my gold plaque is on the way, so I'm gonna mount that on the wall, maybe somewhere behind me, but till the next one. Peace.